that is another of Alberta Light's grandsons.
131 wins makes him the winningest wrestler ever in the history.
Undefeated Iowa high school wrestlers. Those are the ones who went through their entire careers without a loss. Kerber, Knight, Gable.
One more for Knight.
And Knight is not quite there because he's coming yet. Here at 126 pounds, it isn't settled. He has to get through this one against Andy Price of Burlington at 126 pounds. Andy Price.
He's already wrestled Andy once this year, and like all of his opponents, he either technical falled him or pinned him. He really works the head, really looks for that fall.
And already Knight's got him on his, has him down with a takedown for 2-0, and he has him in that bar arm, and oh, does it look serious. College coaches in the stands, they're the ones reaching for the handkerchiefs because they're drooling all over. 4 straight championships. Well, Tim, is he tough or is he tough?
Well, he hasn't wrestled anybody tougher. He's really quite a story from a great family. As the 12,000 plus fans tonight give him a standing ovation. There's no greater thrill for either the coach or the wrestler.
Well, Dan Knight wins his 4th.
Right here, he just drives the half in, shoulder, shoulder, underhooks the opposite arm, and notice what got it for him here was that hooked leg. He kept that leg hooked, stabilized it, and that way he couldn't kick out. Price couldn't.
We're going to be going on to one of the other matches here quickly, but Tim, tell me about that. You know how that feels. You've been the coach of a 4-time state champion.
It's really a unique feeling. When Greg Randall jumped into my arms, I sent him out and I said, you can make history tonight, Greg. And when he jumped in my arms afterwards, I said, you've just made history, and that's exactly what young Dan Knight just did.
Yeah. We're going to the 1A match next at 126.
Go to Dean Board. And I have a very special guest. Is Dan Knight of Clinton, who got a standing ovation here just a few minutes ago. He is only the 3rd wrestler in Iowa history to be never a loss in high school.
Well, so far so good. We got still a dual meet competition left coming up on Tuesday.
You're not expecting to lose in that.
Well, I hope not, but never know.
125 wins so far, then, isn't that right?
Yes.
As you started way back, how did you discipline yourself to do this?
Well, I think it's a lot of, you have to wrestle all year round anymore to, catch up on anybody, but you just have to, keep it all around or else you won't get...
Look, on the screen there right now is what happened tonight. How did you plan that?
Well, I hope I've concentrated a lot on a half and things and just hope that I catch that arm and take it over.
And you sure did in just a few seconds. Any advice you'd have for young men just starting out in their wrestling career now?
Well, just like I said before, you got to concentrate all year round. It can't just be 3 months out of the year. You got to dedicate a little bit more time to it.
Dan Knight of Clinton, so far, the winningest, or no, I shouldn't say that way, only the 3rd person in Iowa history to go undefeated in his high school career. Doug?
Thank you, Dean. There have been some big emotional victories, and on the opposite side, each one of them was a heart-wrenching defeat for somebody. A lot of emotion in this sport when people have worked as hard as they have to work.
Presenting the Class 3A 126-pound awards, Coach Bob Luters of Clinton. 6th place, Chad Payne, Iowa City West. 5th place, Les Stout, Charles City. 4th place, Danny Teskey, Fort Dodge. 3rd place, Rob Watt, Ames. Runner-up from Burlington, Andy Price. And in winning the 126-pound championship, he has become only the 7th wrestler in Iowa history to win 4-time state championships and the 2nd to go undefeated in his wrestling career, Dan Knight, Clinton.
And again, the crowd stands for tribute to a fine young man from Clinton who just happens to be a good wrestler besides.
Very well put. Very important to the sport and to high school athletics to have kids like him.